with you here, bringing you the Promised Neverland anime review. This is episode 8, titled 201145. This was an insane episode. It continues exactly where it left off from last week's episode, with Sister Chrome reading her letter, and it states that she's going to become a mother, and that she's going to leave, and she was like, how is this possible? And Elizabeth, Isabel, she replies with, I've been trying to recommend you for a while now. Congratulations, you finally reached your goal to be a mother. Pack up your things and leave. And she walks away with like a sadistic smile. And Sister Chrome is left there, and she's like super angry because she doesn't like feel like this is like real. So when she's packing up and she's getting ready to leave, she packs up this little silver box, this box in a silver cloth, and on top of it, with like a silver pen with some like checker marks on it. And she delivers to, I believe, Ray's room or Norman's room, one of the boys' rooms, and she puts it in there for them to, use that to escape. Then she goes back to her room, she grabs her suitcase, and she looks at the piece of paper that she got from Ray. And she goes back, and Isabel did say that grandmother was waiting for her outside in the gate. So when she got there, grandmother was there, and grandmother greeted her, and then Chrome started snitching on Isabel and showed her the paperwork and stuff. And it was weird because grandmother, she was like unaffected by it, and she basically defended Isabel, and she said she's a special woman, this is a special farm with special products. Believe me, she's under control. It's unfortunate that you're in this predicament and stuff like that. And I'm hearing her say this, and I'm like, wait, what? Shouldn't you be like investigating this further? Because kids know. But her excuse was, as long as the kids know, but they're still under control under Elizabeth, that all that matters. Then the gate behind Mother Chrome closes slowly. I'm like, oh no. And we see grandmother walk away, and when Sister Chrome turn around, there's a demon there, and she takes out like this scalpel, or I think a butter knife or whatever. She starts like swinging at him, and she's getting all these different back patches. And in some of her flashbacks, we get to see the upbringing of all the mothers. Only the 12-year-old girls get to choose if they want to die or become a mother. The boys don't get that choice. And we see the training that they go through. They go through how to take care of themselves, how to act like a mother, how to sew and knit and medical and stuff like that. They even train them how to fight, which is weird, but it kind of makes sense because, one person against a whole bunch of kids. Guess it makes sense why they would make sure that you're always up to fit and up to date with your body and you're strong. So not just physically, not just mentally, but physically as well. And we see all the trainings and stuff. And in her flashback, we see her talking. We see a guy and a girl talking, and she's like listening on them. And when the guy walks away, there's a pen on the floor, and that's the same pen that she picked up and she still had and she gave to one of the boys. So that pen in that box is going to be very important later on, most likely. But the demon ended up grabbing her, and he took a silver flower, and when he stabbed her with it, the flower basically bloomed red. So I guess it took over her blood, because you see in the thumbnail she's just laying there with that red flower, which was silver, but then it turned red all of a sudden. So I'm assuming it's taking all her blood, and that's how she died. Which is funny, not funny, but sad, because that's the same way Kenny died. She also got stabbed by that flower. Cause remember, that's how Elma saw her, freaked out with that flower in her dipped in water. So, while this is going on, Grandmom's in the back with another demon, and she has this really, really sadistic smile. And I was like, wow, I never thought I would say this, but I was actually kind of liking Sister Chrome a little bit there, and I felt real, real bad for her. I mean, it's not like she wanted to like betray these kids for the demon, but it's more like she had to look out for herself. Because in the end of the day, in a world like this, you really have no one else but yourself to look out for her. So it's really unfortunate what happened to her and her backstory and stuff like that. Then we switch over to, Ray and Mama. And Mama tells Ray about, first, when they talking, Ray's like, let's go switch the chemicals up. So, Ray won't use them against you. Which they spoke about that in the last week's episode. So go watch my review on that from last week. But they go to switch the chemicals, and when they're going up the stairs, Mama mentioned to him, I got rid of Sister Chrome. And he looks at her and he freaks out and he's like, why? And she just smiles at him, and he runs to Sister Chrome's room to, check up on her. And he found out, yeah, she's not there. And then after that, she's like, I had to dismiss her because I don't need her no more. But at the same time, I don't need you either. So please forgive me for what I'm about to do. And he was like, what? But I've been loyal to you. And she was like, yeah, you're right. But I don't need you no more to control the rest. And then, like, he decided to go up to her and, like, bear hug her. I'm not sure what his intentions were, but it didn't matter. Because she easily just ripped him off her, and she threw him like it was like he was nothing. And she closed the door and locked it, and locked him in there. And then she used her pocket watch to find the other two. And Don and Gayla are outside because they're supposed to get warned by Ray if he fails and, hold their mama back. Because what he's doing is, Norman and Emma are supposed to be testing out the rope and going upside the wall to see what's on the other side. And then we have Don and Gayla as lookout. But the plan completely failed because Mother came out before Ray, and they're like, what's going on? So Don told Gayla to watch out, and I'm going to go look for Ray in the house. And he found them banging on the door, and he was able to actually bang through the door to open it. And then Ray and him went outside with Gayla, and they went to find the rest. And then we get to switch over back to Norman and Emma, what they're doing. And they got to their destination, they got to the wall, and there's a tree out there with a tree trunk, so they went in there and that's where they hid the bag with the rope inside and stuff. And when they grabbed it, they realized somebody's coming, so they hurried up and they threw the bag to the side, and they saw Mother. And they got real confused, because it was like, wait a minute, you're not really supposed to be here. Gray is supposed to be stalling you. Ray is supposed to be stalling you. And she basically came up, and it was funny, but in a sadistic way. She came up and she started talking to them, and they were like, what are you doing here, Mother? And she tells them, y'all don't have to be a nice boy or a nice girl no more. And she basically introduced herself, and she's like, it's nice to meet you, Norman. It's nice to meet you, Elizabeth. And they freaked out, and they're like, what is she talking about? And she's basically telling them that she knows, but she just freaking them out. And they know that she met, but they were just so freaked out. It was like, they couldn't believe it. So then Emma decides the same thing as Ray to, go up and bear hug her, where Norman gets the rope and try to hurry up and climb over to see what's going on up there. And unfortunately, this time, Mother did something different. She basically grabbed Emma's leg and she twisted it until it snapped. And you see her crying on the floor with Mother on top of her, holding her down. And when, Norman turns around and he sees this, he's freaked out, and he's like, did she really just break Emma's leg easily? Then Don, Gayla, and Ray comes up, and they see this, and they all freaked out, seeing Emma there with Mama on top and her leg broken. And she takes out a handkerchief, and she takes a heavy twig, and she wraps it around her leg and stuff, and she starts to caress her, saying, you're a good girl, you're a good girl. Don't worry, if the pain will go away, the pain will go away. And it sounds like she's caring, but her face is so sadistic, and she's smiling because she knows what she did. And then she turns around and she looks at Ray, and she's like, oh, Ray, congratulations, I got good news from the higher-ups. Your shipment day is set out. And that's basically was the end of the episode, and I'm like, yo, the Promised Neverland, if this anime don't get no good reward in the country road next year, which it probably won't, but if people are not on the hype train now, you're missing a lot. I'll tell you this now, this anime, I'm going to use a word that I heard Another say a lot, Baby Death Note. That's what technically him and other people will call him this series, and it's technically like a Baby Death Note. Like, the dramatic drama is there. Instead of Shimagami, we actually have word for the demons that are fighting against the humans and stuff like that. And there was so much in this episode, and not to mention the sarcasm / sneakiness of Mama. She's a true snake, and it was just so weird. And I felt so bad because, Mama took Emma back to the dorm, and everyone's worried about her But then there's one scene with Phil, and if you remember Phil, like I told you before, he has like one special scene in every episode. And in the manga, it's kind of like that as well. So they're hinting something special with Phil. We don't know what. We don't know if he's going to be a traitor or going to be a hero later on, but there's something special about Phil. And he's looking back, looking for Dawn and the rest of them, because only the kids are here, and the other ones, which are them, the elders of the kids, you know, the older kids, are not around. And he's like, you know, he's freaking out. He's like, what's going on? And it was just an insane episode. It was mind blowing. It was crazy. I couldn't believe, like, I'm a manga review. I don't review the manga of Promised Neverland, but I do read it up to date daily and on weekly, and just the way the anime is doing it is so beautiful and so dramatic, and it's bringing back a whole bunch of memories and stuff like that. Like the hypeness is there, the adrenaline rush, the scariness. It really feels like a horror, you know, type of anime, which it really is technically drama horror, but so good. If y'all have not watched Promised Neverland, please watch up, please catch up, watch it all, bench friends it, whatever. Support it, you know, manga and anime. But yeah, tell me down below, guys, what you thought that box is and what's in that box. And Mother Chrome did pray and said, hopefully you'll destroy this world and this farm. So even in the end, she kind of technically turned good, and she did help them greatly eventually with whatever is in that box and whatever that pen does. Norman, his ship date is done. His death row line, I guess you can say, is done. Do you think they're going to be able to escape on time before that happens? Or do you think he's going to get shipped off before they escape? Emma's leg, how fast do y'all think that's going to take? And is that going to prolong them or discourage them from trying to run away? Phil, what's your thoughts on Phil? For those who are, you know, anime-only viewers, manga viewers, please no spoilers. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. Like the video, follow me on Twitter, my link will be down below. Share this with your family and friends. Please don't forget to hit that notification bell to get more, so YouTube can notify y'all whenever I post an upload. But that's all I have for you guys. Peace out and have a good one.